The pain
I
came in
can't believe
waves.
this.
It's okay.
Not the sharp
We'll fix
kind.
this.
How? It's
The kind
broken.
that
We'll
builds.
figure it out.
Slow. Heavy. Like something inside you is collapsing, one piece at a time. I was on the bathroom floor. Tiles cold against my cheek. My phone was 3 inches from my face, the screen cracked from when he threw it 2 nights ago. My breathing sounded wrong. Wet. Each inhale tasted like metal. He was in the living room. I could hear him. Pacing. The floor creaked under his weight. He always paced after. Like he was trying to walk off what he'd done. I didn't move. I learned not to move. But my hand reached for the phone. I don't know why. Instinct, maybe. Or stupidity. Or the kind of desperation that makes you do things you'd never do if you could think clearly. My fingers were shaking so bad I could barely unlock the screen. I opened my messages. Scrolled. Not thinking. Just looking for anything. Anyone. I typed one sentence. Please. I need help. I didn't check the number. I didn't have the energy. I just pressed send and let my hand fall. The phone buzzed. I blinked. Once. Twice. A reply. Already. I dragged the phone closer, squinting through the blur in my vision. Don't move. Tell me where you are. The words were calm. Too calm. Not panicked. Not concerned. Certain. My heart did something strange in my chest. Not hope. Something heavier. I stared at those words until they didn't look like words anymore. Just shapes. And then I understood. I didn't text a stranger. I summoned something. Subscribe now so you don't miss what happens next. My name is Iris. I'm 24 years old, and until 3 months ago, I thought I knew what fear was. I was wrong. Fear isn't the hit. It's not the bruise or the broken rib or the nights you spend wondering if this time he'll go too far. Fear is the moment you realize you've been living in a cage, and you didn't even know you were looking for the door. Caleb was my boyfriend. 3 years. We met at a coffee shop where I worked weekends. He was charming. Funny. He made me feel like I mattered. That lasted 6 months. After that, the charm turned into control. The jokes turned into jabs. And one night, when I said I wanted to visit my mom across town, he put his hand around my throat and told me I wasn't going anywhere. I stayed. Not because I loved him. Because I didn't know how to leave. He controlled the money. The apartment. My phone. My friends stopped calling after he told them I didn't want to see them anymore. I became small. So small I forgot I used to take up space. That night on the bathroom floor, I wasn't thinking about escape. I was thinking about surviving the next hour. But the text I sent, it changed everything. The second message came 5 minutes later. Is he there? I stared at the screen. Whoever this was, they knew. They didn't ask if I was okay. Didn't ask what happened. They knew someone had hurt me. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. Yes. The reply was instant. Does he know you have your phone? No. Good. Keep it that way. I should have been scared. I should have questioned who I was talking to. But I didn't. Because for the first time in 3 years, someone wasn't asking me to explain. They were just acting. Another message appeared. I'm going to help you. But you need to do exactly what I say. My breath caught. Who are you? There was a pause. Longer than the others. Someone who doesn't like seeing his name on a distress text. I didn't understand. I still don't, fully. But I typed back. Okay. And that was it. That was the moment I stopped belonging to myself. He didn't tell me his name for 2 weeks. But he texted me every day. At first, it was instructions. Small things. When he's asleep, move $200 from the account into cash. Hide it. I did. Buy a burner phone. Keep it in the lining of your jacket. I did. If he asks where you've been, tell him you went to the pharmacy. Buy something small, so you have a receipt. I did everything he said. And nothing changed. Caleb still yelled. Still grabbed my wrists hard enough to leave marks. Still made me feel like I was suffocating. But I had a secret. Every night, after Caleb passed out drunk, I'd pull out the phone and text him. I called him unknown in my head. I didn't know what else to call him. One night, I asked, "Why are you helping me?" He didn't answer. Not that night. But 3 days later, he sent a single sentence. "Because you asked." The first time something disappeared, I thought I imagined it. Caleb's boss called him into the office. Something about missing shipment logs. Caleb worked at a warehouse. He wasn't important. Just another guy moving boxes. But his boss tore into him. Accused him of theft. Caleb came home furious. Threw a chair. Broke a lamp. But he didn't touch me. He was too distracted. 2 days later, they fired him. I didn't connect it at first. I thought it was a coincidence. But then Caleb's car broke down. Engine trouble. The mechanic said it looked like someone had tampered with it. Then his credit card got declined. All of them. Frozen. Then his phone. Hacked. Contacts deleted. Photos gone. Caleb spiraled. He screamed at customer service reps, at me. At the walls. But he was scared. I could see it. And I knew. Unknown was doing this. I texted him. What did you do? What needed to be done? He's going to know it's me. He won't. How do you know? Because men like him never think women are smart enough to fight back. I stared at that message for a long time. He was right. Caleb thought I was helpless. Stupid. Broken. And maybe I was. But Unknown didn't. The night Caleb left, I was in the kitchen making tea. He came in, grabbed his duffel bag from the closet, and threw clothes into it. "I'm staying at my brother's," he said. His voice was tight. Angry. But something else, too. Afraid. "Okay," I whispered. He stopped. Looked at me. Really looked at me. "You're happy about this, aren't you?" I didn't answer. He took a step toward me. "You think you're gonna be fine without me? You think you'll survive out here alone?" I kept my eyes on the floor. He laughed. Bitter. Hollow. "You're nothing, Iris. Don't forget that." And then he left. I stood there for 10 minutes. Waiting. Waiting for him to come back. To change his mind. He didn't. I pulled out the phone. He's gone. I know. How? I've been watching. My stomach dropped. What? You're safe now. I wanted to feel relief. I wanted to cry. To collapse. But all I felt was cold. "Who are you?" The typing indicator blinked. Stopped. Blinked again. "You'll find out soon enough. If you're hooked, like this video and comment what you think happens next." 3 days after Caleb left, I went back to work. The coffee shop had kept my position open. Barely. My manager, a woman named Tasha, looked at me like she was seeing a ghost. "You okay?" she asked. I nodded. Lied. "Good. We need you on the morning shift tomorrow." I went home that night and cried for the first time in months. Not because I was sad. Because I was free. But freedom felt strange. Foreign. I didn't know how to live in it. That night, I texted unknown. Thank you. He didn't reply right away. When he did, the message made my skin prickle. Don't thank me yet. I should have known. I should have seen it coming. But I didn't. Not until the black car pulled up outside my apartment. It was a Wednesday. I'd just finished my shift. I was walking home, earbuds in, not paying attention. The car slowed beside me. Tinted windows. Sleek. Expensive. The back window rolled down. And I saw him. He wasn't what I expected. No scar. No hard edges. No movie villain aesthetic. He looked normal. Mid-30s. Dark hair. Sharp jaw. Eyes that didn't blink enough. Get in, he said. His voice was calm. The same calm from the texts. I froze. I'm not going to ask twice, Iris. He knew my name. Of course he did. I got in. The car smelled like leather and cologne. Something woodsy. Clean. I sat as far from him as possible. He didn't look at me. Just stared straight ahead as the driver pulled into traffic. You've been ignoring my messages, he said. I didn't know what to say. You could have said thank you. I did. 3 days ago. I didn't respond. He finally turned to me. His eyes were dark. Not cruel. But not kind either. Calculating. My name is Silas, he said. And you need to understand something. I waited. I don't rescue people. I collect debts. My throat went dry. I don't owe you anything, I whispered. His mouth curved. Not quite a smile. You texted me. You asked for help. I gave it. That's how debts work. I didn't know. Doesn't matter. He leaned back, casual. Like we were discussing the weather. You're mine now, Iris. That's the deal. I never agreed to a deal. You did. The moment you hit send. I tried to open the door. Locked. Silas didn't move. Didn't react. Relax, he said. I'm not going to hurt you. Then let me go. No. Why? He looked at me then. Really looked at me. Because you're valuable. I'm not. You are. His voice was firm. Final. You don't see it yet. But you will. The car stopped. We were outside a restaurant. High-end. The kind with valet parking and a waiting list. We're having dinner, Silas said. I don't want. I don't care. He got out. Walked around. Opened my door. I sat there, shaking. He extended a hand. You can come willingly, he said. Or I can carry you. Your choice. I took his hand. Inside, the hostess greeted him by name. Mr. Hale. Your table is ready. We were led to a private section. Quiet. Dim lighting. Silas ordered for both of us. I didn't argue. When the waiter left, he folded his hands on the table and studied me. Tell me about Caleb, he said. Why? Because I want to know who I'm dealing with. You already know everything. I know facts. I want context. I looked away. He wasn't always like that, I said quietly. At first, he was different. They always are. I met his eyes. How do you know? Because I've seen it 1,000 times. He leaned forward. Men like Caleb are predictable. They find someone soft. Someone kind. And they break them. Not because they're strong. Because they're weak. I swallowed hard. And what are you? His smile was cold. I'm not weak. The food came. I didn't eat. Silas did. Slowly. Methodically. You're wondering why I helped you, he said. I nodded. I told you. You texted me by mistake. That's not a reason. He set down his fork. 3 months ago, one of my associates gave me a burner phone. For emergencies. I forgot about it. Left it in a drawer. He paused. You texted that phone. My stomach sank. So it was random. No. He shook his head. Nothing is random. You texted me because you were supposed to. I don't believe in fate. Neither do I. He leaned back. But I believe in opportunity. And you, Iris, are an opportunity. For what? For me to remind myself that I'm not like them. I frowned. Like who? Like Caleb. Like the men who think power means breaking people. His words hung in the air. You're a mafia boss, I said. You are like them. No. His voice was quiet. Deadly. I'm worse. But I don't pretend I'm something I'm not. He drove me home that night. Walked me to my door. I'll be in touch, he said. What if I don't want you to be? He smiled. Soft. Almost sad. Then you shouldn't have texted me. And he left. Comment below, would you trust Silas? Or run? I didn't hear from him for a week. I went to work. Paid my bills. Tried to pretend my life was normal. But it wasn't. Every time my phone buzzed, my heart jumped. Every time I walked outside, I looked for the black car. He was in my head. And I hated it. But I also didn't. Because for the first time in years, I felt seen. Not by Caleb, who saw me as an object. Not by my coworkers, who saw me as a waitress. Silas saw something else. I didn't know what. But it scared me. Because part of me wanted to find out. The second time I saw him, it wasn't planned. I was closing the coffee shop. Late shift. Tasha had already left. I was wiping down tables when I heard the bell. I turned. Silas. He was in a suit. Black. Tailored. He looked like he'd just come from somewhere important. We're closed, I said. I know. He walked to the counter. Looked around. This is where you work. Obviously. He smiled. It's quaint. Is that an insult? An observation. I crossed my arms. What do you want? To see you. Why? Because I can. I hated how casual he was. How comfortable. You can't just show up whenever you want, I said. Why not? Because it's creepy. Is it? Yes. He tilted his head. You're lying. I'm not. You are. He stepped closer. If you really wanted me to leave, you'd have called the police. But you didn't. I didn't have an answer. He was right. I brought you something, he said. He pulled a small box from his pocket. Set it on the counter. I stared at it. What is it? Open it. I hesitated. He waited. I picked up the box. Opened it. Inside was a phone. New. Expensive. I don't need this, I said. Yes, you do. Why? Because if you ever need me again, I want you to be able to reach me. I won't need you. He smiled. You will. And he walked out. I kept the phone. I told myself I'd throw it away. But I didn't. I charged it. Turned it on. There was one contact. Silas. I stared at it for a long time. And then I put the phone in my drawer. next to the burner he'd told me to buy. A month passed. I didn't text him. He didn't text me. But I felt him. In the way, my landlord suddenly stopped asking for late rent. In the why my electric bill got paid even though I forgot. In the way a man at the coffee shop got escorted out by two men in suits after he grabbed my wrist. Silas was watching. And I didn't know if I should be grateful or terrified. The night everything changed, I was walking home from work. It was raining. Cold. The kind of night that seeps into your bones. I heard footsteps behind me. I walked faster. The footsteps matched my pace. I turned a corner. They followed. My heart pounded. I reached into my bag. Found the phone Silas gave me. I didn't think. I just called. He answered on the first ring. Iris. Someone's following me. Where are you? I told him. Run. What? Run. Now. I ran. The footsteps behind me sped up. I could hear him on the phone. Talking to someone else. Giving orders. Turn left, he said. I did. There's an alley. Go in. That's a dead end. Trust me. I turned into the alley. Stopped. Nowhere to go. I heard the footsteps stop behind me. I turned. A man. Hood up. Face hidden. He stepped closer. I backed up. Silas. I'm here. The man behind me froze. I turned. Silas was standing at the mouth of the alley. He wasn't alone. Two men flanked him. Big. Silent. Silas walked forward. Slow. Deliberate. You made a mistake, he said to the man. The man didn't move. This doesn't concern you, the man said. Silas smiled. Everything that concerns her concerns me. He looked at me. Go to the car. Silas. Now. I went. I sat in the back seat, shaking. I heard voices. Low. Angry. Then silence. Silas got in the car. Alone. His knuckles were bleeding. Are you okay? I whispered. He didn't answer. Silas. He won't bother you again. What did you do? He looked at me. His eyes were cold. What I had to. He took me to his place. I didn't argue. It was a penthouse. Floor-to-ceiling windows. City lights stretch forever. You'll stay here tonight, he said. I can't. You can. And you will. He poured himself a drink. Didn't offer me one. I stood there, dripping rainwater on his expensive floor. Who was that? I asked. Someone Caleb hired. My blood went cold. What? He wanted to scare you. Remind you that you're not safe without him. How do you know? Because I had him followed. I felt sick. You've been watching Caleb? I've been watching everyone who might hurt you. Why? He downed his drink. Set the glass down hard. Because you're mine, Iris. And I protect what's mine. I should have run. Should have called someone. Anyone. But I didn't. Because part of me wanted to be his. Not in the way Caleb owned me. In a different way. A way that felt like safety. Even if it was dangerous. That night, I slept in his guest room. The bed was soft. Too soft. I couldn't sleep. Around 2 a.m., I got up. Walked to the kitchen. Silas was there. Sitting in the dark. Can't sleep? He asked. I shook my head. He gestured to the seat across from him. I sat. Why did you really help me? I asked. He was quiet for a long time. Because when I read your text, I saw my sister. I blinked. Your sister? She died 5 years ago. Her boyfriend killed her. My chest tightened. I'm sorry. Don't be. His voice was flat. It's not your fault. Still. He looked at me. I couldn't save her. But I could save you. I'm not her. I know. Then why? Because I need to believe I'm not useless. The honesty in his voice broke something in me. You're not, I whispered. He smiled. Sad. You don't know me, Iris. I know enough. No. You don't. Subscribe and turn on notifications, you won't want to miss what's coming. I stayed with Silas for 3 days. He didn't touch me. Didn't push. He just existed near me. And it was strange. Because I felt safer with a Mafia boss than I ever did with Caleb. On the 3rd night, he told me I could go home. Your apartment is secure, he said. I've had people check it. Thank you. Don't. Why not? Because this isn't kindness, Iris. It's an investment. In what? In you. I went home. Back to my small apartment. My quiet life. But it didn't feel the same. Because I knew. I knew Silas was out there. Watching. Waiting. And I didn't know if that made me a prisoner or something else. 2 weeks later, Caleb showed up. He knocked on my door. Late. Drunk. Iris. Open up. I froze. I know you're in there. I grabbed the phone. Called Silas. He's here, I whispered. Lock the door. Don't open it. He's not leaving. I'm on my way. Caleb pounded harder. You think you're safe without me? You think you can just move on? I backed away from the door. You're nothing, Iris. You hear me? Nothing. And then I heard it. Footsteps. Heavy. Multiple. Caleb stopped yelling. What the? I heard Silas's voice. Low. Deadly. Walk away. Who the hell are you? Your worst mistake. There was a scuffle. A shout. Then silence. I opened the door. Silas was standing there. Alone. Caleb was gone. Where is he? I asked. Somewhere he can't hurt you. Silas. He's alive. That's all you need to know. He stepped inside. Closed the door. This can't keep happening, he said. I know. You need to disappear. What? Leave. New city. New name. I'll arrange everything. I don't want to run. You don't have a choice. Yes, I do. He looked at me. Really looked at me. You think you're brave. But you're not. You're just stubborn. Maybe. Iris. I'm not leaving. Why? I didn't have an answer. Or maybe I did. Maybe I just didn't want to say it. Because the truth was, I didn't want to leave him. Silas stayed that night. On my couch. I tried to sleep. Couldn't. Around 3 a.m., I got up. He was awake. Staring at the ceiling. Can't sleep? I asked. Never could. I sat next to him. What's it like? I asked. Your life. Complicated. That's not an answer. He smiled. It's the only one you're getting. We sat in silence. And then he said something that changed everything. I'm not a good man, Iris. I know. Then why do you look at me like I am? I didn't answer. Because I didn't know. The weeks blurred together. Silas became a constant. Not overbearing. Just there. He'd text me. Check in. Sometimes he'd show up at the coffee shop. Order black coffee. Sit in the corner. Tasha asked me once if he was my boyfriend. I said no. She didn't believe me. I'm not sure I did either. One night, he took me to a gallery. Art I didn't understand. People I didn't belong with. But he wanted me there. Why? I asked. Because I like the way you see things. I don't see anything. Exactly. I frowned. You're not jaded, he explained. You still believe people can be good. And you don't? No. Then why are you here? He looked at me. Because you make me want to try. That night, he kissed me. It wasn't planned. We were in the car. Outside my apartment. He turned to say goodnight. And I just leaned in. He froze. For a second, I thought he'd pull away. But he didn't. He kissed me back. Slow. Gentle. Like he was afraid I'd break. When we pulled apart, he looked scared. This is a bad idea, he said. I know. You should stay away from me. I know. But you won't. No. He smiled. Sad. Resigned. Neither will I. The next 3 months were the best and worst of my life. Silas let me in. Not all the way. But enough. I learned about his world. The deals. The danger. I learned about the scars he carried. The sister he lost. And I fell. Hard. Not because he was good. But because he was real. He didn't pretend. Didn't lie. He was exactly who he said he was. And he treated me like I mattered. Not as a possession. As a person. But it couldn't last. I knew that. Deep down, I knew. The night it all fell apart, I was at his place. We were watching a movie. His phone rang. He looked at the screen. Frowned. I have to take this. He left the room. I heard his voice. Low. Angry. When he came back, his face was stone. What's wrong? I asked. Nothing. Silas. I said nothing. But I knew. Something had changed. 2 days later, he told me. I'm leaving. What? I have business. Out of the country. I'll be gone for a while. How long? I don't know. Silas. You'll be safe. I've made arrangements. That's not what I'm worried about. He looked at me. What are you worried about? You. He smiled. Sad. Don't be. He left. And I waited. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. He texted. Sometimes. Short messages. I'm okay. Miss you. Soon. But soon, it never came. I tried to move on. I went to work. Paid my bills. But every night, I stared at my phone. Waiting. Like this video if you've ever waited for someone who might not come back. 6 months later, I got a message. Not from Silas. From a number I didn't recognize. He's in trouble. If you want to help him, come to this address. I stared at it. Every rational part of me said no. But I went. The address was a warehouse. Abandoned. I should have been scared. I was. But I went in anyway. Inside, a man was waiting. Not Silas. Someone else. Who are you? I asked. Someone who knows Silas made a mistake. What mistake? You. He told me everything. Silas had enemies. Powerful ones. And they knew about me. They'll use you to get to him, the man said. Then I'll leave. Too late. They already know. What do you want from me? I want you to disappear. For real this time. And if I don't? Silas dies. I didn't believe him. Until I saw the photos. Silas. Beaten. Bloodied. Tied to a chair. My heart stopped. Where is he? Somewhere you can't reach. Let me see him. No. Please. The man studied me. You really love him, don't you? I nodded. He sighed. Then you'll do what I say. He gave me a choice. Leave. Disappear. Never contact Silas again. And Silas lives. Or stay. And they kill him. It wasn't a choice. I left that night. New city. New name. I didn't say goodbye. I couldn't. Because if I saw him, I'd never leave. That was 2 years ago. I'm in a small town now. Waitressing. Again. I think about him every day. Wonder if he's alive. If he hates me for leaving. If he even remembers. My ribs healed. The bruises faded. But the fear? The fear never left. Because I survived Caleb. But I don't know if I'll ever survive Silas. I texted the wrong number. And it saved me. But it also destroyed me. Because I learned something that night on the bathroom floor. Sometimes the person who saves you is the person you need saving from. And sometimes the cage you escape. It's nothing compared to the one you choose. I still have the phone he gave me. I've never turned it off. Just in case. And every night, before I sleep, I whisper the same thing. Please be alive. Please be okay. Please forgive me. But he never answers. And I wonder if he ever will. If this story touched you, subscribe so you don't miss the next one.